Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're venturing into a really unique set of sources. It's a mythological tale, feels kind of ancient, but also surprisingly timely. Our goal here is to unpack Brr Brr Patapim, a forest prophet's tale. We want to find the, surprising facts and maybe profound insights hidden in this strange and beautiful story. It's quite a narrative, full of unexpected turns, really peculiar characters, and a protagonist who might just resonate with some of you out there, the rooted wanderers, maybe the noisy thinkers.
Yeah, and what's so compelling, I think, is how these tales, which seem pretty whimsical on the surface, actually dive really deep. They get into these universal themes like identity, belonging, the nature of chaos itself. So we're not just looking at what happens in the story, we're trying to dissect why it matters, how it fits into this bigger picture of myth-making and maybe self-discovery.
Okay, so let's open the pages, dive into this legend. For those who might know the tale, the story of Brr Patapim starts in this secluded forest, Selva Ombra, a place described as, untouched by time. This is way before the kingdom of Predator, which the sources say was later stained by conflict, knew any real strife. And here lived this ancient tree, Ariavita, sentient. But she was lonely, really yearned to explore the world beyond her roots.
And it's a yearning, isn't it? That deep desire for something more, for connection beyond her tree nature, that sets the whole thing in motion. It's not just a simple wish. It feels like a core mythological impulse, this drive to create.
Absolutely. So Ariavita does something pretty remarkable. She makes a pact with what are called the primordial echoes, these ancient sort of cosmic forces, resonating with the very beginnings of existence. She trades part of her soul for a child, Patapim, but crucially, not a child of flesh and bone. He's described as being a bark and heartbeat, laughter, and rustle.
That origin. It immediately sets Patapim apart, doesn't it? I mean, trading part of your soul for a child who is so deeply connected to nature, it establishes this unique duality right from the very start. He's fundamentally a being caught between things, living on a threshold, which often gives characters these unique insights, but it usually brings a lot of internal conflict, too.
Right. And you really see that duality manifest physically. Patapim was born in two halves. One half is a giant proboscis monkey embodying pure joy, mischief, music, all that freedom. The other half, rooted, burdened, tangled in the heavy responsibility of the forest's ancient magic.
Just imagine that contrast. You've got this free-spirited, almost manic monkey joy, and then this deep-rooted, sorrowful anchor, this mix of joy and sorrow, of being rooted but also longing for freedom. It really sets the stage for everything that follows. It speaks to that feeling I think many of us have of being pulled in different directions.
He must have been quite a sight. Arms sprouting from his head, these enormous unshackled feet, body cloaked in moss and leaves. The sources call him a beacon of life and a vessel of sorrow all at once. And what's really poignant, I find, is that he could never really leave the forest, always watching that cement road nearby where, time moved fast and dreams were forgotten.
That image of the cement road, yeah, that's powerful. It just underscores his connection to place, his inability to fully jump into that fleeting world beyond. It really deepens that sense of him being both completely unique and, eternally bound.
And his language. He didn't just learn Italian. He learned what the sources call the language of forgotten things.
Yeah.
The accent of lost spells, childhood fears, lullabies that turned into ghosts. What does learning that language mean for someone like him? Tied to a place, but yearning for beyond.
Well, it connects him profoundly to the past, doesn't it? To collective memory, but also, I think, to a certain kind of melancholy. It means he understands secrets and sorrows that others just don't. It's a language of deep connection, yes, but maybe also isolation. Because who else really speaks the accent of lost spells? It just reinforces how unique he is and maybe the weight he carries.
Okay, so the story then takes this really interesting turn. One day, Patapim finds this golden hat, left behind by some traveler. It's described as shimmering with mystery, echoing with silent songs. And when he puts it on his leafy head, something stirs inside, something disruptive.
Right. The hat, it's not just, a piece of clothing. It's a catalyst, a symbol, really, a container for this external force that's about to try and shatter Patapim's inner peace. It's where chaos finds its way in.
And that chaos gets a name, Slim, a blue frog. An ancient chaos spirit apparently banished for whispering nonsense into the ears of kings. Now he's trapped in this hat, and Slim hates silence, just chirps, brrr. constantly, corrupting Patapim's thoughts, mocking his gentle soul, urging him to just abandon the forest, embrace madness.
And while it's a classic setup, the struggle, what's intriguing about Slim is the kind of chaos he represents. It's not just brute force or destruction, it's insidious nonsense. It's this constant chipping away at Patapim's gentle nature that feels, well, pretty relevant, doesn't it, to the kinds of subtle chaos we sometimes face, that constant noise, the burr burr in our own heads, maybe.
It really does. Patapim's reaction, though, is so profound. He wept, not because he hated Slim, but because Slim reminded him of the freedom he could never have. The idea of, embracing madness, just to break free from being rooted, must have been seductive, terrifying, but he couldn't carry that forever. Right?
No, exactly. He sought help. And this is where the sources really lean into their unique style.
Oh, yes. So Patapim goes to find the mythical wizard Tiramisu, who is described as a sandwich-obsessed hermit living inside a croissant-shaped tree. I have to admit, reading that, I did wonder, is this whole thing just a fever dream?
It certainly has that quality, but that's kind of the magic of what these sources seem to be doing. This is from what some call the Brainrot universe, this narrative space where the line between deep truth and utter nonsense gets wonderfully blurry. And absurdity often holds some kind of unexpected wisdom. Tiramisu's advice is classic. To banish chaos, blow a balloon with purpose.
And Patapim does it. He inflates a balloon with his breath, fills it with all his grief and giggles, and Slim explodes into the sky, like a mushroom cloud of mischief. But crucially, the echo of Brr Brr never fully leaves him.
And that's such a key point about dealing with chaos, internal or external. It really highlights that battling these disruptions doesn't always mean you wipe them out completely. Sometimes the echoes just remain. They shape who you become. It's more about integration, maybe, than just expulsion. It makes you wonder, what does it mean for you to blow a balloon with purpose when facing your own inner brrrr?
So, despite his gentle heart, his preference for peace, Patapim eventually gets pulled into conflict. The Blue Realm wages war against the mossy domains, and this juggernaut, Tung 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 Sahur, all steel and rhythm, tries to destroy Selva Ombra itself.
And this is a direct threat to his very core, isn't it? His forest, his essence is under attack. It forces a kind of reckoning. His passive nature is really put to the test.
Patapim really did not want to fight. He's the forest prophet, not a warrior. But when he's cornered, he transforms fully into a tree, unshakable, ancient, summons the forest to fight with him, and then crushes Sahur with his colossal feet. What does that transformation tell us about his power, his resistance?
It's profound, really. He doesn't use traditional weapons or fight in a conventional way. His power is his essence. It is the forest. Transforming fully into a tree shows that his deep-rootedness becomes his ultimate defense. And the way he wins, not with rage, but with sorrow, that speaks volumes about the cost. Even when the defense is necessary, righteous even. It's a victory, yes, but it comes from this place of deep regret. It reflects that inherent duality again.
And you see that cost, don't you? The sources say, with every battle, he lost a piece of his monkey laughter. He retreated further into just whispers and wind. So even in victory, there's this profound personal loss, a chipping away at his joyous side. It really illustrates the lasting impact of defending what you hold dear.
Exactly. It shows the real price of protecting your identity, your home, against these external forces. The brr brr echo, the lost laughter, these aren't just throwaway details. They're absolutely integral to how his character evolves.
So where does that leave Patapim now? After all these trials, these transformations, he's not just a character in the forest anymore, is he? He becomes this living ballad, a legend passed on through campfire tales and late-night brainrot sessions, as the source puts it.
And that's the ultimate evolution for a myth, I think. Patapim's story goes beyond the original narrative. It becomes this powerful metaphor for embracing your own unique identity, even with all its contradictions. He's not just a meme, not just a weird character. He's a myth in motion, still adapting, still inspiring.
Right. His story inspires new hybrids, new unique individuals, is maybe a good way to put it. People with leafy hearts and loud thoughts, like Trick Track Barabum, Patapim Maximus, Brr Mamabim, these other figures mentioned. His legend specifically speaks to people who feel out of place. The rooted wanderers, the noisy thinkers, the gentle giants with awkward limbs. It's almost a call to embrace your own weirdness.
That's exactly why I think this story resonates so deeply for so many people. It validates that experience of feeling out of step with the world and encourages accepting those internal brr echoes. Patapim, in his full complexity, becomes the symbol of the power you can find in self-acceptance, the resilience of a spirit that's deeply connected to its roots, yet also, longs for freedom.
So every time the wind rustles through the trees or someone giggles at some absolute nonsense, his leafy shadow dances in the background. He is Brr Patapim, the cursed forest prophet whose hat once held chaos and whose feet still shake the earth. What an incredible journey, really, through the tale of Brr Patapim. We've explored his unique birth, that internal battle with Slim, the chaos spirit, his reluctant turn as a warrior, and now his enduring legacy. A symbol for anyone who feels a bit out of place.
Yeah, and this deep dive into Patapim's myth, it leaves us with a pretty compelling thought, I think. Maybe true strength isn't really about getting rid of our inner chaos completely or avoiding conflict altogether, but maybe it's more about how we integrate our roots and our wildness, how we allow our own unique echoes, our own bruh to shape our unfolding story, allowing ourselves to become a living myth in our own right. What part of your own brr, I wonder, are you embracing today?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope you discovered something that resonates with your own unique journey.